Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will be revising compensation and the process of compensation. With that, we will discuss the forms of pay. So, what is compensation? Yes, compensation is the total of cash and non cash payments that you give to an employee in exchange for the work they do for your business. Okay, see, whenever we consider compensation, what is compensation? Compensation is a reward given to the employee, okay, which comprises of two things. Yes, it comprises of cash as well as non cash payments paid by the employer to the employee. Why such type of exchange or such type of reward is paid to the employee? Because yes, he exchanges work, okay, or he does work into your business. So for that, such type of compensation is paid. Okay, whenever we consider compensation, yes, it is typically one of the biggest expense for the businesses who do employ employees. Okay, compensation is more than an employee's regular paid wages. Okay, means doesn't it does not only includes wages but something more than that. Okay, compensation management is also known as wage and salary administration, remuneration management or reward management, and it is concerned with designing and implementing total compensation packages. See, as per the type of the organization, as per the nature of the organization, the compensation packages they do differ from every company or differ from company to company. Okay, so what is the compensation management process? Yes, compensation management process is, it comprises of many steps. Okay, the first step into compensation management process itself is organization strategy. Okay, see, what is your organization strategy? Organization's overall strategy is the first step, and it is the starting point in the total human resource management process, including compensation management. Companies operating in different types of market product, they have varying level of maturity. They do adopt different strategies and matching compensation strategy, and they do blend different compensation methods. Okay, once the first step, that is organization strategy framing of organization strategy, it is completed. Okay, the second step which is included in this process is compensation policy. Okay, what is compensation policy? See, compensation policy is derived from organizational strategy, and its policy, yes, the policy is dependent on overall human resource management. In order to make compensation management to work effectively, the organization should clearly specify its compensation policy. Okay, and whenever we consider this compensation policy, yes, it must be including the basis for determining base compensation, then incentives and benefits, and various types of perquisites to various levels of employees. Okay, after that, after we complete the second step, the third step is job analysis and evaluation. What is job analysis? Yes, job analysis does provide basis for defining job description and job specification, with the former dealing with various characteristics and responsibilities involved in a job, and the later dealing with qualities and skills required in job performer. Job analysis also provides base for job evaluation, which determines the relative worth of various jobs in the organization. The relative worth of various jobs determines the compensation package attached with each job. Okay, so after we do job analysis and evaluation of the said job, okay, what is done? The fourth step is analysis of contingent factors. Okay, contingent factors, okay, some factors which we can't determine, right? Okay, so whenever we consider uh, this fourth step, yes, the compensation plan is always formulated in the light of various factors, okay, including external as well as internal factors which affect the operation of human resource management system. See, various external factors are conditions of human resource market, cost of living and level of economic development, social factors, pressure of trade unions and various labor laws dealing with compensation management. Okay, then once the analysis of contingent factor is made or contingent factors are made, okay, then the employer, he needs to design and implement compensation plan. Okay, here the compensation plan which we want to implement into our organization, is it it's designing and implementation, is it actual implementation of that compensation plan is done into this step. Okay, after going through the above steps, the organization may be able to design its compensation plan, okay, which will be incorporating base compensation with provision of wage or salary, okay, which is increased over the period of time, okay, and various incentive plans, benefits and perquisites. Okay, then the step number 6 is evaluation and review. Okay, what is evaluation and review? See, once a compensation plan is determined, okay, see, whenever we consider a compensation plan, it is not rigid and fixed one, but it is dynamic since it is affected by a variety of factors which are dynamic in nature. Therefore, compensation management should have a provision for evaluating and reviewing the compensation plan. So, these are all the steps. Okay, after that we will move towards revision of forms of pay. Now we will be discussing forms of pay. Okay, see, forms of pay. What is pay? Pay means the payment. Pay means the compensation which is paid by the organization to you. Is it? It includes all, that is cash as well as non-cash payments. Okay, so when we consider this pay, okay, there are different forms. Okay, primarily divided into two parts. First is direct form and second one is indirect form. Okay, so one by one we will go through this forms of pay, direct as well as indirect ones. Okay, see, in direct forms of compensation or in the direct forms of compensation pay, okay, there are a number of things included. Okay, like bonuses, commission, salary, hourly. Okay, so let's see what are this all about. Okay, the first one is salary. See, we come across this word every time. Okay, whenever we think about any job or any employment. Okay, everybody first ask us about what is your salary, is it? So what is salary all about? Yes, this type of wage is customarily a set sum of remuneration over a defined period of time. The most traditional form is a dollar amount over a period of 1 year. The frequency of payment is another part of the compensation and is based on industry standards. Most businesses pay for services twice a month. Salaries are the most commonly used tool to pay professional or licensed employees. In general, there is an expectation from the employer of a longer term commitment from the employee for providing a regular, uninterrupted compensation stream via a salary. Okay, so when we come across the term salary, what it means? Yes, salary means, okay, see, whenever we consider the two types of employees, two types of workers, which we have already discussed. Okay, what are the two types of workers? Okay, the two types of workers, they are blue collar workers and white collar workers. Is it? See, when we consider blue collar workers, okay, those people who work on the factory machineries, okay, or who work in the factory, okay, and their work is related to, yes, physical work, that is they work on the machinery. Okay, such type of people who work on machinery, who work in the factory, okay, they are paid with the wages, is it? As per their working, as per the pieces or the targets which they complete, they are paid with the wages, is it? Now when we consider these people, okay, lots of physical work they are supposed to do, is it? So in 7 days or daily these people are paid, okay, with what we call as wage, okay. But when we do consider, yes, when we do consider the second part, that is wage, salary, yes, whom do we pay wage? Yes, wage is paid to whom? Wage is paid to the person, blue collar worker, blue collar employee, is it? A person who works into your factory on machineries, is it? And what about salary? Yes, we have gone across this term. Yes, salary is paid to the office bearers. Salary is paid to the office bearers. So when we consider the office bearers, these people, okay, they are paid for the days, or they are paid for the time for which they work, is it? Usually they are paid the remuneration once in a month. A fixed sum is paid to them, is it? As per their profession, as per their qualification, as per their designation, these people, they are paid with salary. So what is salary? Okay, yes, it is paid to whom? It is paid to the office bearers, okay. Yes, even though they work or they do not work, still the salary is paid to them, is it? But when it comes to laborers, okay, unless until they work, they will not be paid with the wages, is it? This is the basic difference. Then hourly, this is a dollar amount per hour of service to the employer, more commonly used to compensate unskilled and skilled laborers in the workforce. This form of compensation comes with an implied understanding that during times of slow or minimal workloads, the employee may not be used to provide services. In effect, there is no guarantee of a regular cycle of pay. Okay, hourly means for how many hours this person works with you. So hourly means for how many hours, for how many hours your employee works, for how many hours your employee works, okay, that will be included in hourly, okay. Based on the hours of work, based on the hours of work, this person is paid, okay. Based on the hours of work, this person is paid. Getting it? So due to this, what happens? Yes, due to this, somewhere a sense that unless until we work, we will not be paid, it is generated amongst the employees. Okay, so somewhere the skilled as well as unskilled workers, okay, they are supposed to work for hours, okay, and based on the hours which they have worked, okay, their performance will be counted, and based on it the remuneration will be paid to these people. Okay, due to this what happens, see, due to this the unskilled workers, they are affected, while skilled workers they are benefited, because okay, you can't measure both these laborers, both these workers with the same rating scale, right? Skilled workers, they do have skill, they are fast, is it, they are prompt, they are active. But what about the unskilled workers? Yes, they are not that much, they are passive ones, they are slow, they don't know the skills, is it? So whenever you use the same rating scale, is it, unskilled workers may work slow, while the skilled workers, what they do, they work fast. Okay, so when we consider the production activity, skilled workers will complete more amount of task, and what about unskilled workers will complete the task, minimum task, is it, this can happen. So okay, when we consider this, okay, this form of compensation, it comes with an employer understanding that during times of slow or minimal workloads, the employee may not be used to provide services. Okay, so there is no guarantee of regular cycle of pay. Okay, then the commission. What is commission all about? When compensation is based on volume or some form of performance, this is known as commission based remuneration. Yes. Other terms used include piecework or piecemeal. Many industries use this type of remuneration to get a minimum standard of production in exchange for compensation. It is used to shift risk from the employer to the employee. There are two methods to calculate commission. One is based on volume of services and other is based on sales. Okay, an example of an industry that uses volume remuneration extensively is the fishing industry. The men that work on the boats have a risk that the captain will not find fish. In exchange, the captain may hit upon some nice fishing grounds and bring in a large catch. Once the fish are offloaded, the processor uses commission to compensate the production workers. These workers are paid by the piecemeal, that is, how much final product they can generate from the catch. Typically, their cuts of the meat are weighted and they are compensated based on that measurement for services rendered. Okay, an example of an industry that uses sales based commission is the auto retail dealership. Here, the salesman is enticed to get the buyer to purchase the vehicle so that he may receive compensation for his services. Other commission based industries include brokers, real estate agents, door to door salesmen, internet website owners, and some folks in the cleaning services. Okay, so when we do consider such type of, okay, when we do consider such type of uh, industries, what is commission? See, when your employee works for you, is it only paying the salary that much is not important. Okay, for example, if the person is salesman, okay, you can give that person the targets, okay, and if he achieves the target, you can give commission based on the profit which is earned through his selling. Is it? What is commission then? Yes, based on the volume, okay, a form of pay is used in which the based on the performance of the employee, based on the performance of the worker, what you do? Yes, you pay him extra something, okay, for the work done by him. Okay, such kind of thing is included in commission. Then the bonuses. Yes, bonuses are used to increase performance from the employee. This is variable type of remuneration and is more commonly found with salaried staff to incentivize them for a particular goal, whether time or volume based. Other reasons used for bonuses are to increase or maintain retention of certain skills or the pool of skill sets needed in the company. Sometimes bonuses are paid when a company meets certain financial standards or goals over an extended period of time. Bonuses are not commonly used with hourly or commission based employees due to nature of the type of compensation already established. However, in small businesses, it is used as a tool to incentivize these two types of remuneration to meet certain goals. The other form of compensation is indirect in value. This includes benefits and equity based programs. In general, these two types of indirect compensation provide value to an employee over a longer period of time. Yes. What is bonus? See, we hear this word bonus, right? Okay. Usually in the period of Diwali, the salary earners, they usually get bonuses from their companies. Why the companies pay this? Yes, the motive behind is that, okay, to make the employee happy and to satisfy this employee. Okay, with the bonuses, okay, what the employees do? Yes, their financial standards, they are met. Okay, once in a while such type of bonuses they are paid so that the employee can satisfy his need prevailing at that time. Okay, getting it? So due to the bonuses, okay, due to the bonuses, yes, the bonuses are not commonly used with hourly or commission based employees due to the nature of the type of compensation already established. However, in small businesses, it is used as a tool to incentivize these two types of remuneration. See, in the small companies also bonuses are paid, okay, based on the work of the employee. Is it to give a kind of job satisfaction? Is it? And through that bonuses itself, the increased needs of the employees they are satisfied and their viewpoint towards the company it is changed and they give their 100% devotion towards work. Okay, they give their extra efforts towards the work. Is it getting it? Then the second part, indirect forms of compensation. What is indirect forms of compensation? Let's see. Yes, this particular group is traditionally thought of in the form of insurances. Okay, here what is done? See, in indirect forms of compensation, benefit is included. What is benefit? Yes, this particular group is traditionally thought of in the form of insurances, that is health, dental, life, disability and vision and retirement. Very few small businesses provide benefits to their employee due to cost involved. When small businesses begin providing benefits, they customarily start out with retirement because of simplicity and low cost. As they grow, they add health insurance and continue to expand the benefit package as the number of employees increase and the risk of business performance decreases. Benefits allow for the retention and recruitment. Other benefits can include transportation, paid time off, vacation time, and customized incentives. So, when we consider benefits, what are the benefits? Yes, benefits means that yes, only providing the salary itself is not important, is it? Some kind of security in the form of insurances plans, some retirement benefits like pension and all, is it? See, not only the public companies but many of the private companies nowadays, they do offer such type of retirement plans or pension plans or some funds, or even they do provide some insurances like health insurance, is it, life insurance, personal accidental insurances. Why? What is the motive behind this? The motive behind this itself is that yes, a kind of security, a kind of security will always be there into the minds of employee, as well as whenever you insure your employee under personal sickness insurance, personal accident and sickness insurance, what happens while working into your factory, while working into your organization, if that person, that employee meets with an accident, then the compensation will be paid by the insurance company from which you have taken insurance policy. Okay, due to this what happens? Yes, see, the employee will also be benefited as well as you will be benefited by that, by your activity. Okay, getting it? Then When other benefits are considered, see, other benefits can include transportation, paid time off, vacation time, and customized incentives like lodging, meals, phone calls, etc. Okay, see, for example, if your employee is traveling long to your place, is it means the location of his residence and your factory location, there is a difference or there is a quite distance between these two places. What you are required to do? You can arrange for, yes, you can arrange for some kind of transportation facility. You can arrange for, yes, some kind of bus facility through your company or through your organization. Okay, due to this what will happen? Yes, your employee, he will reach your place in time. Your employee will reach your place in time, as well as your organization will also be benefited by this. Yes, your organization will also be benefited by this. Okay, getting it? So due to this what happens? Yes, a kind of security will be generated. A kind of security will be generated. Getting it? Then you can provide your employee with meals, okay, lunchtime facility, lodging facility, phone call facility, is it, as well as you can give the vacation time, okay, and you should be paying for the time off, is it. Such kind of things you can provide under benefit, which are the indirect forms of compensation. Then equity based programs. Okay, equity based programs, what it means? Rarely found in small business world for several reasons. These types of indirect compensation tie the employee to the company via ownership. Yes, due to the complexity and the legal issues involved, very few small businesses use this tool. Yes, what is the tool? The tool is that, yes, to offer your employee with, okay, to offer your employee with, yes, the ownership of the organization. See, how is it possible? Yes, what the small businesses do, they offer shares of their business to the employee. See what happens? The organization is double benefited due to this. Okay, as the ownership, it resumes with the people who do have interest into the organization, as well as, yes, the second benefit is that some kind of involvement will be there from the employee side. Okay, means the organization will be having double benefit, and this tool, this form of pay, indirect form of pay, it is used, okay, so as the business will be benefited. Then let's see financial compensation and non-financial compensation. Financial and non-financial compensation, what are this? Yes, financial compensation, yes, related to money. Non-financial compensation, yes, not related to money. Is it? These are the two forms of compensation actually. Yes, financial compensation is the most popular and important compensation that is given in the form of money. It is the most important motivational factor that satisfies employees' basic needs like food, clothing, etc. Okay, see financial compensation. What is this? In financial compensation, money is involved. Okay, the form of money, it is involved. Okay, so when it comes to financial compensation, it is more popular among the industries, among the companies. Yes, it is one kind of motivational factor actually, okay, for perceiving this motivational factor, for perceiving this motivational factor itself, the employees give their 100% devotion and dedication towards work. Okay, so it is the most important motivational factor that satisfies employees basic needs like food, clothing, etc. Okay, so when it comes to financial compensation, it is further divided into two parts. Okay, the first part is direct compensation and the second part is indirect compensation. Okay, see what is direct compensation? Direct compensation means compensating employees by paying them money in the following forms. Okay, like wages, bonuses, and other financial incentives. Okay, see wherever money is involved, that is included in financial compensation, and directly the wages, bonuses, and other financial incentives, they are included into direct compensation. So what is wage? Yes, we have gone through this term. Wage means the remuneration paid in cash for the work performed by an worker or laborer. Okay, whom we pay wages? Yes, see in the accounting language, in the accountancy language, okay, wage is the direct expense made by the factories. Is it? So whenever a person works with us, whenever a person works with us, is it, what happens? For that work which he has performed, for the work which he has performed, the employer pays him something. Is it? That is called as wage. Who is paid with wage? Okay, the people who work in factories, okay, who work on the physical machines, okay, who use their physical capacity to complete the work. Okay, such type of people, such type of employees whom we generally quote as, whom we generally mention as blue collar workers. These blue collar workers, they are paid with wages. Okay, so what is wage? Wage means remuneration paid in cash for the work performed by an employee. Okay, then the second part is bonus. What is bonus? Bonus means extra cash paid to an employee for exceeding his performance or on completion of specified project or target. Okay, once this person completes his target. So when we consider bonus, who is paid with bonus? Bonus is paid to the employee, okay, for completing the extra target given by the company. Yes, it is a tool of motivation actually. Means the employee, he thinks in this way. See, what the employee thinks? He thinks in this way, yes, if I complete this thing, yes, if I complete the given target, yes, I will be paid with the extra remuneration. Okay, so he thinks in this way and he acts as per. He thinks in this way and he acts as per this. Okay, due to this, what happens? Yes, due to this, the worker is benefited as well as the organization is also benefited. How? Yes, the organization, what it does? Yes, the organization also, yes, is benefited because, yes, as the employee works harder to complete the target. Yes, the target is related to company, so the company will be benefited as its productivity is increased due to this additional work done by or completed by the worker. Getting it? Okay. Then other financial incentives. Yes, what are the other financial incentives? Yes, the other financial incentives that are directly given to the employees, they are in the format of cash. Okay, there are many more benefits which are paid in cash. Those are also included in direct compensation. The other part of financial compensation is indirect compensation, which are commonly known as fringe benefits. Okay. Dessler refers to indirect compensation as the indirect financial and non-financial payments employees receive for continuing their employment with the company, which are an important part of every employee's compensation. Other terms such as fringe benefits, employee services, supplementary compensation and supplementary pay are used. Okay. Fringe benefits. What are fringe benefits? Yes, fringe benefits means other than wages, bonuses, okay, anything which is paid into monetary terms, they are included under fringe benefits. They are included under fringe benefits. Okay, getting it? Okay. See, both this direct compensation as well as indirect compensation, why they are used? Yes, to motivate the employee. Then the second part is non-financial compensation. What is non-financial compensation? Yes, non-financial compensation refers to compensating employee not in form of money but in some other forms that stimulate employee's morale and also improve his performance. Okay. See, what is non-financial compensation? Non-financial compensation means, yes, those compensations which are not expressed in money terms. Okay, other than money, whatsoever compensation type might be, whatsoever compensation types might be, okay, all these compensation types, they are included in non-financial compensation. Okay, so okay, so the in non-financial compensation, what are the things which are included? Yet yes, it can be job security, recognition, participation, pride in job, delegation of responsibility. See, job security, yes, the need of hour in the era of recession, in the era where other people, they lose their job. Okay, if you are offered with job security, okay, especially in the COVID period, is it, many of the people, yes, they were not having the job. okay, but one kind of job security was there to many more, is it? So when it is job security, the people, yes, they feel relaxed to work with the organization. If they don't have job security, then yes, they will not or they cannot give their 100% devotion towards the work, is it? So this is all about job security. Then it is recognition. See, if a kind of position is given to the employee, if a kind of position is given to the employee, what position means? Yes, a recognition, a respectability. Okay, if it is given to the employee, what happens then? Yes, the person feels satisfied and he gives his 100% devotion. Then participation into the decision making process, is it? A kind of satisfaction is derived due to this. Then pride in job. What is pride in job? Pride in job means, yes, a type of felicitation, a type of approval in the job which is performed. Then the delegation of responsibility, if the superior delegates the responsibility to the subordinate. Okay, in all these things non-financial compensation is used. Okay, so forms of pay are direct form and indirect form, in which salary, hourly, commission, bonuses, they are included. In indirect forms of compensation, benefits are included and equity based programs. Then financial and non-financial compensation. Yes, financial compensation means which is related to money. Non-financial compensation means which is not related to money. In financial compensation, further it is grouped into two parts: direct compensation and indirect compensation. Okay,